In a world where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence, there is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is Curious Listener. Here she is, Chris.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Curious Times. It's Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, February 5th, and the last 2 minutes always seems to take about a half an hour or 45 minutes. This is so stupid. They can play like the whole game in 2 hours, and then the last 2 minutes takes forever, 2 lifetimes. And so now I had to go and I had to go and record stuff that I shouldn't have to record because my guess is this is going to go over, and there's a brand new season of 24 starting tonight. Yes. And so you can't miss that. So I usually when I go to record something after a football game, it winds up, the football game goes over, and then I only get like a little piece of my show. So I took defensive action today. Louisville, Kentucky is there, so if you're waiting for a reading, please hang in there. I'm going to have a yak with Hillary for a while, and same with you, Joanna, if you're there for a reading. We'll come and check on you guys a little bit later, and if you're there for a reading, we'll make sure that you get your reading. Just so that you guys know, tomorrow I'm going to be off. No guest tomorrow. Lisa Nolan Shalosky is here on Tuesday. Wednesday, Kathleen Moore. Very famous Jen Young is here on Thursday. Friday. Oh, that's Tuesday. On Friday, Salva Dutton from Australia. And Saturday, Yvette Howell. And a week from tonight, Dr. Ida Green. I just keep remembering, so I think it's on the 7th, February 7th, I'm going to be, who would want to ask me to be on their show? I just don't understand it. But anyhow, Jen Young asked me to be on her show that's on the other one, Paramini Radio. And so that's happening on Tuesday, I guess, and that'll be like just 1 hour before my show starts. And so there you go. I don't know. You guys know all about me. There's nothing really, it'd be kind of boring for you to go over and listen. Hillary's here tonight though, and she has been doing this for quite a long while. She's a psychic. She uses also a pendulum very well, and she does functions as a coach and a medium, a clairvoyant, a clair everything. And she does psychometry, the tarot. She's a healer and a minister, and we'll forgive her for that. A life and business coach. Today's show is brought to you by the color red. Yes. And oh no, that's not red. It's sort of like a cherry oak or something. What is that behind you? Is it like a headboard? Are you on your bed?
Yeah, no, actually, well, I'm at a friend's house, and so I'm not able to be at my house today, and I had to go pick a room to go do this in, and I just don't have a desk that I can sit at, so this is where I'm at.
Well, thank you. Obviously, you have other better things to be doing, so I appreciate that here. So at least you weren't getting drunk watching the football game, hey?
No, not at all. Yeah, I wasn't. We weren't watching the football game.
I'm just
Yeah, that would not be easy for me to do readings if I was drinking, I can tell you that.
They might be interesting readings, so one of those days I should do drunk readings. Maybe I'll
It's not easy to read people for me that when people have drank. I mean, if they've had a glass or two of wine, I'm okay with it. But if they've had quite a bit and they're inebriated, I can't read them. I just can't.
Oh,
it's too difficult for me.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to be like an empath where I'll let someone else do the drinking and I could catch the buzz, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Then I could I could test negative for drug use and just hang around people that do drugs and not fail any P tests, you know. So anyway, how's things? What you been doing? And it's already a whole month gone of the year now.
I know. A lot has been going on since I last talked to you. So I am in a movie, an indie film. Yeah. And so we taped it in June and I was just so happy to have the experience. And I had said to her, you know, if she doesn't put me in the film, no problem. I totally get it. I was just so happy to be in the experience. And right after the show, she called me and said I was in the trailer, and she's awesome. Canadian. So, yeah. So, I don't know what city she lives in. I should know, but it's Dr. Lena Marconi, and she has Marconi, and she's done a couple films actually. But the movie that's coming out, the trailer is called Feel. So, so let me tell you what it's about. I'm going to read from what she has so that I don't muck it up, so to speak. Let's see what she's got here. She sent me an email. So if anybody wants me to email it to you guys, and then also you guys are welcome to go to the Indiegogo fundraiser thing that she's having, and then you can go to Vimeo. But it is about the film. She said, let's see. I know, here I'm on the spot, and I had it all ready to tell you what the film was about. It's a documentary all about feelings. And what it is she's been working on producing a brand new consciousness-raising documentary, and it's called Feel. And the documentary is all about feelings. And I'm quoting her. This is actually what she wrote about her film. How important are your feelings? Very. You see, your feelings matter greatly. In fact, what if I told you that your feelings are so important that they hold the key to your evolution? It is time to take what we feel seriously, and it is time to learn how to direct and manage our feelings so that we can grow into our superhuman abilities. Feel looks at the relationships between our emotions and higher human potential. Feel asks, could it be possible that our emotions hold the key to unlocking some of our mysteries of the universe? The answer is you bet they do. Directed by award-winning filmmaker Lena Marconi, Feel features 14 speakers from Canada, U.S., and Australia, and the co-producer is Alan Seinfeld. So that is what, a brief synopsis is of what it's about, but people can go, and here, let me go ahead and I'm going to copy paste the URL for you guys in the chat room here. So you guys, you had to. I could see it. Feelings.
Feelings of love. All right. I want to get to the big part, though. Feelings. That's not the part, though, I want. Like I've never loved. Feeling. For my life, I'll feel. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Okay, thank you for the link.
You're welcome.
Sometimes I forget, I'm supposed to be doing some show here.
Well, it's fun. It's lots of fun. So
you said the F.
I said the F word?
Yeah, fun.
Fun. So that's part of that will be coming up. I think she's going to bring that out in March or June. And she's got another film actually that is being premiered in Australia right now.
Wow,
I can't remember.
good for you.
Yeah.
So it's like you're sitting on a stool in a dark room and they like ask you questions about your feelings. Is that the gist of this thing?
Well, you're actually right. I am sitting on a stool in the movie. It was in a dark room, but it was in the kitchen. And they are asking me about, that is exactly it. They're asking me about feelings. And I was an indigo child as a child, so to speak. And because I just don't have the exact terminology, I read from certain things that were written down about indigo that I got from other places that we will be citing, of course. But I wanted to make sure that I had that information correct of what an indigo child is and a rainbow child and a crystal child. And then, talking about, when we're children, basically we're told, we feel our feelings, but as we get older, we're told not to feel them anymore. Right? Yeah. So then I find that we're all going on this path, and then we think that this is the direction we want to go. And of course, it's good to be goal oriented. It's good to follow our dreams. But if you don't feel the feelings, then that's the indicator. Are you on the right path or not? And then what happens is we get to this place when we get older and we're like, we're not happy. We're kind of lost. And it's because we've lost touch with the feelings of where we're at. But the other thing is it's really about feeling your feelings and tapping into your higher superconscious mind and really coming into that intuitiveness. Because we all have the gift. We're all intuitive. It's just, it shows up differently for one point or another.
Well, and it would be interesting to study the difference between a child who, let's just use the word empath, and I realize that because, I don't know, I fit all the criteria for indigo. Early indigo as well. And who cares? It started to get ridiculous, I think, because everybody wanted to have a label for their special kid and everything like this, and crystals and rainbows and unicorns and everything like that. And, I think the significant thing there is the empath. And when, it'd be interesting to study the difference between a child who is cursed with that, really, because the kid doesn't even understand why they cry all the time. And I was always called cry baby, and stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. And then you cry harder, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it would be interesting to study the difference between a child who is such an empath that with the parents who understand it and work with it versus parents like mine. You know what I mean? And it's really, really hard, on a lot of kids who feel that strongly and that deeply. And even just I guess I was feeling even the energy of a room and feeling anger and feeling emotion, and so then it would sort of like double the effect for me. You know what I mean? I would have my own response to that, but then it would be amplified. And it was really hard for me to grow up that way. And then I believe that that's too why I became this little tough ass, exterior, because it was like, if I was that way, I could make 90% of the people leave me alone right up front. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I could reduce the amount of, problems that I would have. And it worked really, quite well. And I had friends later in high school. I was like, when I first saw you, I was scared shitless of you. And I'm all like, geez, I wouldn't fly. You know what I mean? I wouldn't hurt a fly. And, but I'd make you think I would. If I thought that you were a threat to me, I'd make you think I'd hurt you real bad, but I really wouldn't, And, I just got the good mouth. I learned that from my dad, I guess. But, don't you think that a kid would, have a much better development and a much happier life, but have a different experience as an adult later on if they, like right now, if I had a child that was like that, I would understand what it was.
Right,
and then
right.
And then I would work with the kid with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And other people, sometimes it's that the parents don't know or don't understand, and other times it's just plain mean parents. You know what I mean? With higher expectations or whatever, they just don't get it. Plus they're abusive people to begin with, and so mostly they're the ones causing the child to be, just like so emotional. And then they're getting angry and yelling at the kid for being emotional, and so it's like really, really a rotten thing. So,
well,
tell that woman that she should do something like that. She should do something like that and get a few people who grew up like me. And I'm not suggesting that I be in it, please. I don't even have I have a face for radio. I don't belong on TV or in the movie. But get a few people that had a bad experience with parents, struggling with this empath situation, versus some that had, very supportive, understanding parents who helped them through it, and then try and see what the differences are. That would be interesting.
Well, we can talk to her about it and see if it's, I know she's got projects in the works, but we can certainly talk to her about it. And I was going to ask you privately, but I'll just say it now, that if you wanted to bring her on the show, we could talk about the movie when the movies are ready to come out. But certainly I'll mention it to her too about what you had said.
She said she's a doctor?
She's got a PhD. I'm not sure what it's in.
Probably psychology or what?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to go to her. No. She actually is an acupuncturist. And she's got a practice. So, this is her love that she does, obviously is bringing the messages forth into the the world and the community. But she definitely she walks her talk and talks her talk, so to speak. So, I'm looking to see I'm looking at her website. You can go to her website right here. I'll give it to you guys. I'm sorry, I'm going through screens, so I've got screens open and such. There she is.
No problem.
So, yeah, but I'm not sure. I should know what her PhD is in, but she has her own practice in Canada. And so she does, acupuncture and, I don't know exactly. I saw it. I don't know if it's Quanji or I'm not quite sure. I don't want to speak out of turn and say that she's doing something when it's not exactly that. I'm trying to see what it is.
No, we get her on. You know what I mean? We'll find out.
Right.
So that's good. So good for you. So and then they'll have little subtitle with your name. I don't know. Are they going to say psychic medium or what are they putting you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have me as I think, spiritual reader. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, and then they have other people on there as well. So.
Yeah, of course. It's not all about you, Hillary. No.
Favorite saying. It's not all about you. In my world. And you're not in it. No. But, I understand and I totally agree with you. My parents did not, I love my parents, but they did not get me at all. I was an odd duck, and that's why I have ducks on my website. And not only is because my message was connect to nature, which I don't know if I made that point, but connecting to nature and connecting to source and listening to our higher source. But I was always the odd man out. I've always felt like the ugly duckling, so to speak. And so that's why I have a swan, because the ugly duckling turned into a swan, and that's why I have a swan on my business card. And being the swimmer that I was, and, just loving water, but just never, I love my family, but I never really, I didn't fit in. I always beat to my own drum, so to speak, and I was just a different kid. And for the longest time when I was a child, I didn't think this was a blessing. I thought it was a curse for the longest time. I wanted to be a nurse. I was studying to be a nurse. If my father didn't have, pardon?
I could not be. I cannot. I even watch some, like even at my age, like I'm like, I could see something coming on the show, and I'm all like, I actually like cover my eyes, like I could not be a nurse. There's no way I could be a nurse. I can't go to funerals either. You know what I mean? I'd be a crumbling, like I would be like this crumpled, dish rag, weeping dish rag or something on the floor. And it would not be pretty. And so anything like that, I just wouldn't be able to do, because I would, like, if I even see somebody's like cut or something, like somebody describes some, I feel like a million pins hit me from inside my stomach out. You know what I mean? Like poking outward side of my, it's like awful. I just can't. And but anyhow, Lemon, we got lots of new people, it looks like. Must be some of your fans.
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm glad that they're here. Glad that they've come by.
I don't know Joanna and whoever Lemon L is, and I'm not sure who's Louisville, Kentucky, unless that's Amy from on the road. And then there's a cell phone KS, so that's Kansas, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure who that is. And then there's a Cindy in there, and I don't know what Cindy that would be. So, job, Hillary. All these women got nothing to do because their husbands all got to football.
Watching football, I know. Yeah.
Oh my God, the comeback happened. That guy won got his thing. The New England, they were down like in the fourth quarter, way out of it. And they just got a touchdown. It must have been overtime. So that guy becomes the first guy in history to win 5 Super Bowls.
Who? What are you watching? You watching the Super Bowl in the U.S., right?
No, I take 100% of my attention to you, Hillary. 100%. I secretly, I channel. I don't even know what to get said. I think I was channeling. I think I was channeling.
I see. It's quite all right. It's the Super Bowl. You could have canceled tonight. It would have been all right.
No. Don't get me wrong. But I was interested because they were so far out of it, and I was actually kind of glad. But since they made such an amazing comeback, they deserve to win, I guess. Looks like the other team choked in the fourth, and they had that game well in hand. They had more than 2 touchdowns lead. They probably had like a 3 touchdowns lead going into it or close to it. So there you go. There it is. It's all over but the hangovers now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching because they had this CTV live. They were giving away like a prize of 2 prizes of $50,000, and then a third prize for $150,000, and then another prize for a Nissan truck. And you had to text in, and I'm all like, shit, I don't have texting on my plan, but I have texting on my Google Talk or whatever they call that.
Right.
But then when it Google Voice, so when it came time for the first time, I could not for the life of me find the way to text on it, and so I missed the first draw, and apparently I didn't win squat. So I just thought, oh, how cool would that be to win $50,000?
It would be cool. It would be totally cool.
It'd be 3 times cooler to win $150,000.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
But anyway. So, okay, now we're about half an hour in. So did you have anything else you wanted to yak about, or?
No, I'm just revamping my website. Like you said, I do the coaching, so I'm really starting to emphasize on the coaching. Like, when I talked to you last month, I was telling people that I was doing that special to really help people look at what their lessons are this year, what their obstacles would be, what they can do to overcome those obstacles, make the best of the situation, and look from their January to December. And so I've really started going into the coaching aspect of that to help people really work through their growth in a positive direction, helping people through transitions, having a relationship with self, so to speak. And that's this month is having, the whole work really is having a relationship with self, coming into, not just self-love, but also what makes you truly happy and listening to your feelings. That's the important thing. I mean, that's our gauge. Even though our head says, okay, this is good and this is what we should be doing or that sort of thing, we really have to listen to our feelings too. And it's about everything that I've talked about is the conscious mind and the superconscious mind coming together and coming into alignment. Yeah. And then there's some things that we're going to be fearful of, and sometimes we have to try it once or twice, or, I like it, but I need to tweak this or that sort of thing. And is it a fear that's holding me back, or is this something I truly just don't like?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the direction where I've been going. And I understand that you've got some people who would love to do readings, so I'll be happy to do that. And like you said, I've been doing this I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing it 20 years. 20 years.
And so since we've got, I think there'll be mostly people for you. And so why don't you tell people would it prefer a question or what you prefer, how you like to proceed when we get to it?
So I'd like them to tell me whether they want a general reading or they have a specific question that they want to know. And then, I'll go with that.
Right. Okay. And sometimes you'll use, I don't know if you're set up very well today. Sometimes you use your cards. Sometimes you use your pendulum. Sometimes you use them both. And you stand on your head and spin 3 times and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So now the way I have it written down is we're going to go to Joanna. I'm going to do a song first, but we'll go to Joanna first, then Louisville, Kentucky, and then cell phone, Kansas, and then, looky there, there's a cell phone, Florida. That must be a Cindy. Okay, then there's somebody with a last name Lemon, or the person who pays the phone bill is last name Lemon. And then we're going to go to cell phone, Florida. And then we're going to go to Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Beautiful lady, Sherry. I'm not saying she's a beautiful lady. I'm not saying she's not, but that's her screen name, beautiful lady.
I understand.
And she's very beautiful too. You know what I mean? And now that I went there. Okay. So I'm going to play, I'm probably going to guess that Florida's Cindy. And so if I missed anybody, let me know. And Dan, you're just listening, right, Dan? Dan the man, the smoking man. Smoking man. Remember the smoking man from X-Files? Hi, Cindy. I kind of thought that was you, Cindy from Florida. Do you remember the smoking guy from X-Files?
I didn't watch X-Files. I'm familiar with what X-Files is, but I never watched it.
Oh, wow. You have no idea what you've been missing.
I know what I'm missing.
Okay, let me entertain you. Let us find a song. And then we'll come and we'll start to take some.
Okay.
And let's just scroll, Chris. When I go searching, it's not good. Oh, I haven't heard this one in a while. All right, welcome back. I'm going to do a quick shout out, although I just about did the shout out by running through who we're going to bring on. Christy's there, cell phone, Florida, Cindy, Kansas. I don't know if that's going to be Andy or who that is. The artist formerly known as Christy and currently known as CJ is here. Dan the man. And Hillary's our guest. Joanna's first caller up. Kathleen Moore, regular guest of mine on Wednesdays. Ramo? Ramo. Remember that commercial for lemon juice or whatever? Lemon. Last name Lemon. First initial L. Lemon Lime. There you go. I just made that up. Louisville, Kentucky. All of Louisville, Kentucky is here. Marie, Sherry, and Wildflower Wind Sandy. Sandy must be one of the callers. And, okay. Things are bouncing around on me here, so let me get Hillary back. Hillary?
Hello?
All right, so you ready?
I am. Let's do it.
All right, we're going to go and get Joanna. Hello, Joanna. Are you just listening, or did you want a reading?
She did not come on to, she's just putting in here, she just texted, but she's not going to talk to us?
Oh, you're unmuted right now, and you can speak with us because your mic is activated.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know.
How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good. So yeah, I was reading this. For me, it's much easier to make that connection when I'm actually speaking on the phone. And I know that, Chris had said, how do you like to do this? And I didn't even think about it. So just for people, some readers actually can do email readings. I've done them. I don't prefer them. It's not the way I'd like to go. I really, do much better when I hear someone's voice. I can do email readings. I don't care for them. So just to let you know, before I even started breaking the cards, I got the tower for you, my dear. So what is that? Yeah, you got it twice already when I started cutting the cards and I'm reading what you're writing. So that's definitely some big changes are coming. And then I also am getting the eight of cups. So that's a little bit of fear coming in, no doubt about it. And then there's the Ace of Pentacles. So you're just seeing I'm just splitting them, right? The Ace of Pentacles. And then there's your Page of Cups. So your Page of Cups is telling me that is something new coming for you coming in, which is good.
And I'm just going to butt in, and I'm really sorry I'm doing that just because she's new. And so everybody, you can see those cards bigger. If you go to the bottom right hand of the screen, you'll see something that might say radio style or whatever. It's a drop down menu, it's a pop up menu.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
If you choose Hangout, then the cameras will be bigger, and if you choose video only, then it'll be even bigger yet. And so you'll be able to see the cards. Yeah, you'll be able to see the cards better. Okay. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, thank you for the information.
Oh, and wow, bird's eye view actually shows you everyone in queue. Very cool. I didn't know that. All right. Okay. I'll go back. I'm just trying to get to my screen. Okay. There we are. So radio style. So, okay. So can I read what you wrote in the chat?
I would rather, isn't it better if you don't?
Okay. Well, okay, then I won't. But again, I literally just split the cards and look what I just got. So oh my God, my dear honey, you've got a tower 3 times and you've got the, oh my goodness, you got the devil card upside down. So you are going through some big changes, my dear. Huge. But you're going to come out of it because when I saw a Page of Cups, that is fabulous. Oh my God, you got another tower again. And then you've got the Ace of Cups. You've got some big time changes coming in for you. Huge. But money is going to be coming for you. You're just a little, you've got some stuff that you got to work through. There's some things you need to let go. So let's see, Joanne. Okay, so show me what's going on with Joanne. So you want to know if you want to go work for a company, right? Because your business is no longer.
I've tried working for myself in the past. I think I just haven't found the right niche, the right avenue. I'm a very creative person. I'm a photographer, an artist, a graphic designer, web designer. That's my love. But I do have a business background as well. So I'm trying to work for myself, but in the meantime, work for another company whilst I build up a business. Build up a business.
Okay. So part of it is that here's the lesson card upside down. In the lesson card, the roll card's in the 8th position. So there's some lessons here that you must learn. Well, not must, but it's a good idea because once you learn them, if you choose not to learn them and then people move forward, what happens is it will show up again, but this time it will show up harder. And so there's some things here, and I'll have to look at what the lesson is quickly, because right now the issue for you is balance in your life. Page of Pentacles has to do with strong foundation, a financial foundation, and I can see why you want to go work. I do agree with you that you are going to start your business on the side, because they're telling me that if you don't do something that's creative or do your business, you really feel like it hurts your heart. It's like a part of your soul.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And then
you're right.
So here's the Eight of Swords, because even though your head says I have to go work for corporate, your super conscious mind says no, but hell no. And it doesn't want to go work for corporate because the Eight of Swords is there, and that's the fear. And then there's the Five of Swords. So you're upset. You're upset because you're like, I've done everything I'm supposed to do. Why is this not working? And I won't be able to get that in a couple minutes, but I would suggest that you can call me and we really can get deeper into it and do a session. So if you want to do that, but, and I was going to tell everyone at the end of this thing that I'll, give you guys a coaching. If you choose to do a coaching thing, I was going to give, you guys a special price because you're coming through Chris's show for the coaching package, which is like an hour every week. But just to get to what we're talking about here. So bottom line, show me what her lesson is, this lesson that you've got to look at. Because if you don't work through what it is that's holding you back, even if you get a job, it's not going to come all to play. It's not going to come together. Right. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Part of is that you have a very difficult time accepting for help right now. That's what they're telling me. So, okay. So allow people to come and help you. What your concern is if you allow people to help you, people are stirring you in the ways that they feel is the best way. And we all do that in a sense. We don't mean to, but it's about you staying true to your heart and who you are. And I feel like that's why you're not letting people in. Because you don't want to be swayed. You're really starting to come into a place, I'm setting my boundaries. This is who I am. This is what I want. I'm not making apologies to anybody, and I'm not going to follow what people want me to do. I want to do what I want to do. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but it's you coming to stand. Because you got another tower right next to work, which is the Three of Pentacles. So what I would suggest is that when you go look for work, you can go look and work at a graphic company if you so choose to. Just make sure that, you don't have a non-compete or you don't have something that's a conflict of interest, where you can't continue with your business.
Right. I'm sorry to interrupt. The work that I'm trying to do on the side is like, virtual type of work or like social media or marketing or something that's different than what I want to do as a business. That's the type of work that I've been applying for and looking into.
Okay, so is she going to get a job for social media? Would she be able to do that? Yeah, I do see you getting something, but I don't see something for 2 months. Now, when I tell people that time can go faster, it can go slower, it really is dependent on you. I mean, there's other players involved too, and as I read the energy, it will continue the way I'm reading. If the energy continues the way I'm reading it, that's usually the final outcome. But you have free will and choice, and you after this, you could say, you know what, I don't want that. Or somebody else who's involved in that can also shift the timeline too. But I told somebody that they were going to end something in 5 months, and it ended in 10 days. After I talked to them. And they shifted that energy quick. So, but this is about listening to your intuition because the High Priestess is upside down. And it's also about the Ace of Pentacles because of the money. I feel like you don't want to go back to corporate America 9 to 5 because you feel like you're going to be chained to a desk.
Exactly.
That's what they're telling me.
Right. That's just not me. Right. Exactly. And I've done that for years.
Right. So as you said, you're looking into the SEO stuff, which, really would serve you in a sense if you choose not only to do websites, but then you can also do an SEO company later with it, where you could offer both. And I could see you having your own company and having employees underneath you. Exactly. That's what I see. So I see 2 months that you would get something, but they're like saying, you got to put the resumes out, but you also have to network. That's the big thing. They say network, and allow people to help you and be in a place of receiving because you're not wanting to receive because you're like, if I don't get what I want, I don't want it. And so then you're kind of shutting the door out, but it's sometimes you get to point A and then they introduce you to someone for B so you can get to C to where you want to go.
Exactly.
That's
You're right.
what they're showing me.
You're right.
So you're wanting these changes to happen because, how should I put this? I'm not saying that you want to control everything, but I will say that you like to know how things are going to transpire before they happen.
Yes.
That's what I got. So what they're saying is that you're going to have to put the intent out, have the feeling behind the intent, because if we put the intent, that's great, but if you don't have the feeling is the activator. Because then what it does is it raises the vibration for you to attract what it is that you want.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay. And be in a place of receiving, because you're kind of mad, and so you're like, well, forget it. If I'm not going to get what I want, then I'm just not going to do it, but you're sitting in your own way.
Right.
Because you're not getting it the way you want to get it. You're going to get it. You're eventually going to get it, but sometimes it doesn't come the way we expect it to come.
Exactly. Exactly. You're right.
And that doesn't mean that you're giving up. That doesn't mean you failed by any means, because these people are going to bring other things to you and other lessons, which will, and I always look at the gift in the challenge that you're having. Always look at the gift. And I told someone this today in one of my readings with them. Put a gift on top of your desk, and you can go out and get the staple easy button. If you want to have that staple easy button on your desk and you're having a challenging day, push the easy button. And if you're saying, oh my God, I'm really having a challenging day, what is the gift in this difficulty today?
Right.
Because you're a visual person. So that might work for you.
Okay. That sounds great.
All right.
Bless you, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you.
Thanks. Okay. So the next one up is Louisville. Who's in Louisville? Hi, Louisville.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Hillary. I'm Carol.
Hi, Carol. How are you doing?
I'm Carol, Louisville. No.
Awesome. Thank you for calling.
Hi. I have to ask, do you live in Louisville? I don't mean to interrupt. Are you living in Kentucky?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I lived in Lexington, Kentucky in 1986 to 1986, 87, I think. Maybe 88.
Oh. Well, I grew up in northern Kentucky by Cincinnati, and then I had family in Lexington, and but now I'm in Louisville. So.
Wow. Well, nice to meet you, Carol.
Well, same here. And I don't know what to request. I'm concerned about my daughter, and then I have a son and daughter that's passed over. Just a general reading, I guess.
Okay, so because I'm confused. You were concerned about a daughter, but that daughter's physically here, right? And then you have a son and a daughter that's passed over, and then you want a general reading.
Yes. Yeah, my one daughter lives in the Chicago area.
Okay. Let's do a general reading for Carol and see what's showing up for Miss Carol. So the angels are around you right now. I can tell you that. I feel like you have gone through some difficulty. I see you crying, and I'm not sure why. Is this true? And if not, I'm not saying that a bad thing's going to happen, but something emotional is going to be there. And the angels are there for you. Have you been crying lately?
Yes, it's been quite a rough road I'm a big worrier, and I had to put my husband in a home for 24/7 care, and my daughter, I'm better with my husband, but my daughter's going through a real bad time, and I'm a very emotional person. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I know, just turn it over to the universe, but it's so hard.
It is hard, but the angels are here with you. I mean, I can see them all around you. So, they're here to help you. You're so tired is what I see. I mean, you're so tired. I mean, like you're exhausted is what I see. Is that true?
Yeah. Very true.
All right. So this one has to do with balance, but this also has to do with, I can see it. Here's the 10 of Pentacles, which is the family, and that's the difficulties that we've talked about here. But part of it has to do with the transitions that you're going through. it's very difficult, obviously, because the way of life that you've had is now changed. And it's not, it's about you getting comfortable. Well, how should I say? Being comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean by that? And so it's, what am I saying? It's, again, the friendship card is here, which is the 6 of Cups, and it's actually allowing, you know, because I feel that you're a very private person. I feel like you say hi and you talk to people, but I don't feel like you let too many people in. I'm not necessarily saying, obviously, I don't want to use the word exposed, but obviously, you know, I understand that you're a private person and there's, you know, and we all have what we feel comfortable with, but it's also too, again, it's the theme tonight is allowing people to come and help you.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. Very true.
And then, there's also services that may be able, because I feel like you're such a strong person and you feel, and you've always been there for everyone else, helping everyone. You know, you've been the rock for everyone, but it's like, where's your rock? Who's helping you?
Right. I don't have a rock.
Right.
But I mean, that's the way I am.
Right. But what I'm saying is it's okay to let somebody in or it's okay. You have to do what you feel comfortable and having someone be there for you so that you can pick up the phone and talk to somebody. You can pick up the phone and say, hey, this is how I feel. Maybe what should I do about this? Or just talk to them. And so I see you going to a group, and you may not choose to go to a group because you may not feel comfortable with that, but certainly talk to an individual that you can call and talk to, and they can be there and they can be your rock.
But, you know, I've been through all that, honestly. I've been through a lot of therapy and all that type of thing, and I understand what you're saying, but it's like we all have a story, and it's just like get on with life is how I look at it, but it's so hard. It's really hard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It is hard, and you're an extremely strong woman, and you're like, I've done it. I can do it without people. I don't need to necessarily have people. I know my strength. I know I can do this. But what I'm saying to you is that even the Dalai Lama had teachers. Even Mother Teresa had teachers. I mean, look how phenomenal Mother Teresa was. Even the greatest people in the world had teachers, and they had people that they had to go to or wanted to go to or needed to go to in their time of need. So it's great that we can be there for everyone else, but when our cup is empty or kind of like, you know, getting drawn down and we're giving and giving and giving, even though you love to give, you're an incredibly strong woman. The problem is that when your cup comes down to a point of almost empty, we get into this place of, I don't want to say bitterness, but then all of a sudden it drains us and it's exhausting. And then all of a sudden we're not happy anymore. We're not in the place of wanting to give and having that joy from giving as you have joy from giving. Does that make sense? Yes,
because I'm there right now. It's like I can't do it anymore. I just need to enjoy what I would like to enjoy, but I just can't give like I used to.
Right. And so what I'm saying to you is it's about you filling up your cup. Because once you start filling up your cup and your cup runneth over, then you're going to turn around and take the run over and give it to other people, and you're going to be back into that joy again and wanting to give freely.
Wow.
So right now, does that make sense?
Yes.
So definitely. Even though I understand what you're saying about you've been there, you've been to therapy, you've been all these things, and we all have a story and just get on with life, it's okay to say, hey, I'm exhausted. My cup is starting to become empty. I got to fill my cup.
Yeah.
Who's out there for my resources? What do I need to do to fill my cup?
Well, I've been, there's meetup.com for your different cities, and there's a couple of groups I've been looking at to join, so that's a step forward.
Absolutely.
And I just need to do that. But I'm really concerned about my daughter. Is there anything?
Sure. She didn't show up that's what showed up in the general reading. So you don't have to tell me her name, but it's helpful. What's her first name?
Mitzi, Mitzi.
Okay, Mitzi. So show me what's going on with Mitzi, please. Oh, she's definitely going through some changes. Another tower. And an 8 of Pentacles, but this is definitely learning for her. So she's learning quite a bit. She's really looking at the direction of where she's going. She's a little fearful about that. So show me what's going on with Mitzi. She's a little frustrated. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Well, I'm sorry, guys. She's releasing some things that aren't necessarily working for her. She's evaluating truly the situation and who her friends are, who her friends aren't. She has an entrepreneurial spirit, but she's also in the space where she's starting to set boundaries. Is this true?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I see her doing. I mean, even though they're going through some difficulties right now, I do see success, whatever it is. And she's very, I don't want to say adamant about having things done the way she wants them done. Is that true? Because that's what they're saying.
Yes. She's very outspoken now. She's going through a very difficult divorce, and okay. I'm afraid her husband, I don't know, in one way I think he has Alzheimer's, or the beginnings of it, or he's just mentally ill. I just don't know.
Well, she can certainly talk to her attorney and have her attorney, go into the court and ask, well, I don't know. I don't know what they can and can't do, but certainly she can talk to her attorney and ask her attorney and say, listen, that she has concerns, for the state that he's in, and how do they address that?
Well, yeah, right. It's going to have to be ordered probably, because he won't agree to anything, So she has moved out, but it's been a mess, It's just really crazy. Every time they go to court, something happens and they have to get a new court date because of him. And so anyway, court is coming up the 15th, and hopefully there'll be some answers for her.
Well, she'll probably have some answers, but I will say I got the Knight of Pentacles in the 8th position, and that tells me that it's not going to go fast. So I will say that this is going to go a little bit slow, is what they showed me. But I do feel in the long run, she'll have success. She may not get everything that she wants in the way that she wants it. But I have a death card at the end of the deck. That doesn't mean it's a physical death. Okay. That just means transformation, and that means rebirth. And she's like the phoenix rising. So whatever she's going to go through, she'll make it. She's going to come through it.
Okay. Cause it's been, I forgot what you said, but it's been since March that they just can't even, they go to court and they have to get another date. It's just been that long. And,
right.
It's crazy. Well, that's good news, though. I mean, she's going to be able to get a rebirth out of all this,
She will. She's going to be, I don't want to say a whole different person, but certainly she'll be strong for this. There's no doubt about it. It's just not going to be a quick divorce. I mean, they feel that it's going to be a little bit longer. And then she'll have to obviously talk to her attorney about his state and their concerns for it, and how would they address that.
Do you bring up her husband in your cards you're seeing?
No, they're not bringing him up. They're just bringing up her and where she's at and how she's going to get through this transition. He's not showing up.
Would you have time for that? I'm sorry.
I don't know. We can look. I mean, but I've got, how many do we have in the queue, Chris?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more.
Okay. So what is it that you want to know?
Matt is his name, and I don't know if you can, if anything will come about his mental or personality, or, I mean, I just feel like it's mental or dementia starting or what.
Right. Here's the thing. That would be a doctor to diagnose that properly. Yeah. I will tell you this. I can tell you his personality and what they're showing me. But, for his mental state, in the sense of if there is dementia or if there's Alzheimer's, obviously he needs to be, properly evaluated for that. Yeah, but I will tell you he is going to be difficult, I have to say, because the problem is the Two of Wands is upside down in the second position. Anytime I see a Two of Wands upside down, things aren't moving. It's a Mexican standoff is what I call it. And then I have the Devil card in the future. And what does that mean? That means he wants to control everything. So he's trying to control it. He believes that his truth is right. And why do I say that? Because the Hierophant card is in the 7th position. He feels that his truth is right, and he's fighting for money. That's what he's fighting for. It's the 6 of Pentacles. His concern is that he's going to be financially taken to the bank. I'm not saying that that's what your daughter is doing. These are his fears and his concerns. I will say to you, your daughter's in fear, and he is in fear, because they both got the 8 of Cups upside down, and that's the fear card. So he doesn't want this to move. I will tell you that, because the Page of Cups is upright. He's not sure what to do. And the jury's kind of out on that one because the 2 of Pentacles is here in the 4th position, so he's trying to weigh his options. He knows that this is affecting her, and he's not doing this maliciously. I will tell you that. He knows that this is upsetting her, and he's not liking that. But at the same time, for him, this is an issue of survival. So he feels like that's what he's looking at. So he feels like it's an issue of survival for him. So that's part of the reason why his behavior. But the other part, they're going to have to, she's going to have to talk to her attorney and see what they can do, in the legal realm, and if they can even ask for an evaluation and all that. I really don't know.
Well, everything you just said is very true. It's amazing. And I thank you very much, Hillary.
Oh, you're welcome.
For giving me the time. And
sure.
You have a great 2017, and you, Chris, 2002.
Thank
you too.
And go find Hillary's site at AskHillaryBlack, okay? .com.
Okay.
And,
thank you.
Thank you very much. Peace out. And there goes Carol. Okay. Cell phone, Kansas.
So, who's the next one?
The Kansas. I just have to. Oh, here. Okay, this one.
So before you get Kansas on, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Before you get Kansas on, what I want to do is, for everyone, if anyone's interested in coaching, I'd like to offer coaching at, normally I'm $150 an hour, and my coaching prices are $125 an hour, which is $500 package for the month, 4 1-hour sessions. So I'm going to do $400 for you guys. So it's $100 an hour for coaching. Just say that you guys found me through Chris's website. You guys can email me.
Okay,
go ahead.
Who's Kansas?
This is Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for calling.
Yes.
All right. How are you?
Do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I'm concerned about my granddaughter, and I don't know what to do for her, but some guidance or insight would be wonderful if I could get that.
Great. And what's her name again?
My granddaughter's name is Ashley.
Ashley. Wow, it's Tower card today, I'm telling you. So people are going through some changes. So let's see and Ashley, I'm not very good on picking up people's ages, so I hear the word something happened when she was 16, and then I hear 24. How old is she?
She is, I believe, 24.
Okay, there we go, 24.
I can't remember. She's way up there in Alaska.
Right, and did something happen when she was 16? Show me what's going on with this Ashley.
She's going through a really bad time, and
right. But
herself.
when she was 16, did something happen when she was 16?
Well, her and mom.
She's connecting to the right,
Yeah. So I just saw something happen when she was 16, and then they say 24. What's going on with Miss Ashley right now is she's trying to come into the place of empowerment. And why do I say that? I say that because the Magician card is in the 8th position. So she's really trying to find herself, but she's also trying to find what she loves. She doesn't feel like she's been really down on herself, is what I see. The 9 of Pentacles upside down. So she doesn't believe that she's trying to find out what she's good at and what she likes and what she can have a living in and be happy and truly have a career. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Is that true?
It's difficult for me to know exactly what's going on because I'm here in Kansas. She's up in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Okay.
But
so she's smart and she's got a business mind and she's got ideas, but I really feel like she's been really hard on herself and she listens to everyone's negativity. And so she's trying to get past the negativity and she's trying to come into a space of believing in herself.
Well, what can I do to encourage her, or how do I do that?
Well, certainly keep the lines of communication open and talk to her.
I have offered, she wanted to come down here and be with me, and, I know that I just told her, well, we need to talk together to get things straight on what I expect of her and,
right.
What and everything, but then she just hasn't contacted me back, and I know that she's on Facebook. I can see her, I'm like, I can put the offer out there, but if she doesn't contact me, I'm not going to beg, because I'm not going to fall into that situation of giving in what she wants, because I know what she needs.
Right, but has she told you what she wants?
Well, she said she wanted to get away from the drugs, but, they're all over, so you can't just come down here.
I get what you're saying. So so you obviously have a plan of what she needs, and so I feel like you've got some things that if she comes down, she has to do A, B, and C.
Right.
And if not, she can't come.
Right. I mean, I can't do it again. I've tried to help my sister, and it just, I know a lot more now since trying to help her. But I can't fall into that same situation because, I have a husband, and I need to take care of things down here too.
So, well, that's good that you're setting your boundaries. That's very good. And at the same time, if she does come down, you certainly want to have support for yourself and go to Al-Anon if you so choose to, or that type of thing. So, but that would make sense that she's trying to find a place where she can, come into a place of loving herself, because that's what they're telling me. Right now, I don't see her coming down. Because she knows you mean business, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to have to set those boundaries. She's trying to figure it out on her own up in Alaska and doing it her way. She's going to fall a couple times. I have to tell you that. I hope it's not the case, but I will say that after 2 or 3, and I don't know what they mean by falling. That doesn't necessarily mean she's going to start using again. What they're telling me is that, it's just, everything that she tries is just not going to work. And she thinks that she can do this, and you know what I mean? She feels like, oh, well, I can do that, but no, she has to completely not do it at all, is what they're telling me. And, I don't know why they're saying that she's not ready to get rid of the friends or let go of certain people in her life. She's having a really difficult time with that.
Yeah, I can understand that. But,
so she's going to come. Right. You can't put yourself in harm's way. Obviously, I understand that.
I've already done that before.
Right. If she comes, it's going to be number 6 weeks or 6 months. She's just going to find out the hard way. That's what they're telling me. And I don't know how hard of a way it's going to be. I'm just saying that I just see her, and I don't see tragedy or anything like that, but what I do see is I see her having this aha moment of saying, what am I doing? Or she's saying, what am I doing? And then she's looking and saying, it's not what she thought it was going to be.
Right.
And realizing those people aren't going to be there for her.
Right. That's, what I'm, hoping that she'll realize.
Well, I feel that she will realize that prior to her coming and seeing you.
Okay. And, she's got to quit completely or, I can't do it.
Right. And you absolutely set the boundaries, and you can, you can ask her to go to outpatient if you want to, or just certainly do a program while she's there.
I would rather her go inpatient, actually, but.
Okay. Well, then if that's one of the things that you're asking her to do, then certainly you can do that as well,
Right. Okay. So just stick to my guns and offer what I can, and that's it. Yeah,
that's up to you. But yes, I do see that, what they're telling me is that she's just going to have to come to some type of understanding prior to her getting to you to understand that, because what she wants to put one foot in that world and one foot in your guys' world. She wants one foot. And she can't do it. And she's going to have to realize that she has to completely cut all ties, everything. And she's just not there yet. That's what they're telling me.
Okay. That's what I kind of figured.
Yeah. She is trying to come to a place of self-love and really coming into a place of empowerment for herself. I mean, she is doing that. I will say that. But I don't feel that she's quite ready yet.
But just letting her know that I'm there when she's ready. That's what,
right, and when she's ready, right, and the door's open.
Okay.
Here's your boundaries.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought that I should do. So.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I really want to thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much.
Thank you,
Bonnie.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too.
All right. One of the people hung up, so so we got. Let's go to Florida. Cindy.
Hello.
Hey, Cindy.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Chris. Hi, Hillary. Thank you for
taking
my call.
You're welcome.
I'm good. Thank you. I was wondering if you can just give me any insight you see as to what's coming this week concerning any what I'm looking for, what the consequences or results will be from the attack on me that took place 2 days ago in my home.
Do you want me to know what the fallout's going to be for the next week on the consequences or the
consequences to the other party for what happened 2 days ago here?
Okay, in your home. So let me see what the consequences or the fallout and the consequences is going to be to the other person for the attack. Was it physical? Because I heard yes.
Well, not exactly physical, but I had my ex-boyfriend I have a restraining order against, came with a court order that his attorney got circumventing another court in a different county, preventing him from coming here, and he was supposed to have a deputy present. Long story short of it, the deputy was supposed to escort him through to see if he had any personal belongings left in the home because he moved out 8 months ago, and none of his stuff was still here. It was packed up out back. That's what he was supposed to pick up. He tried to rob. He was going to clean out the house and take everything of mine and then go load up his things. And the deputy was off duty that he hired to be present, did not escort him through the house. The deputy broke the law. He broke the law. They both violated the court order, and he violated the injunction. And the deputy stood there and argued with me. I called the state police. I called the state attorney, the prosecutor. I called the lieutenant. I called the major next in command of the lieutenant that were his superiors, and they called him, and heads started rolling, and the shit hit the fan. But they had already done the damage, violated my privacy and security. They brought a gang of 8 men, in addition to those 2, into my home, and they traipsed through my home with video cameras. And they were from an addiction rehab facility that he brought as hired labor to come help him move his things, and totally violated my privacy in my home and my safety. My ex was armed. The deputy did not disarm him before he brought him in. The deputy was armed. So it was basically an attempted armed burglary of my home, and the deputy told me he could take anything he wanted. It didn't matter if I could prove it was mine or not. He could take it, and I could just sue him for it later. I put a stop to it, but I went way over their heads. I have a court hearing coming up on Thursday for the permanent injunction, and in the morning I'm going to the state attorney's office to try and get the state attorney to prosecute him and charges. But so far he keeps getting by with everything. His attorney is very crooked as well as he is, and he's the one that set this up. I was just wondering if there was...
Goodness.
If there were,
okay. You want to know what? You want to know what again?
I just want to know if there's going to be any consequences this time, if he's going to go to jail like he's supposed to. He's violated the injunction several times, but nothing's been done.
Okay, so I'm not, you're not going off the cards on this one. This is what they said to me. So they, and again, I don't know how much I'm connecting to this one because I asked if there was any physical and you said no, even though attempted burglary is physical in some way. So what they're saying to me is he's not going to jail, but they did tell me that there will be consequences. So I'm not sure what the consequences are because there's so many people involved in this. There's a lot of people involved in this.
It was all video recorded. I have video documentation and
right,
multiple videos. Even
right.
the deputy had a body cam on.
you have to understand that no reading is 100%. The only person who has 100% is God. So this one is a really, really, really tough one. I do feel that there's going to be consequences. I just don't know what they are. And I just don't know what level. I can't tell you that. I don't know if you'll be satisfied with it because I feel like you've got an idea of exactly what you want to happen. And I don't know if it happened the way you like it to happen, and I don't mean to say it that way, but what I'm saying is that there will be consequences. This will be addressed.
Okay. Well, according to the law, he should be in jail already, but he just keeps finding
that's why I just said you're not gonna, it's gonna be addressed, but it may not be addressed the way you want it to happen because what you're saying is he should already be in jail and he's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody will uphold the law. They gave me the injunction, but nobody will uphold it. And then they violated court orders on top of it, and then they brought in a gang of thugs to storm my house and violate my privacy and safety.
One other thing I would suggest, if you have such a thing, here we have like a thing that's called the police commission. And it's kind of a panel of people who are not police officers, who are sort of the police of the police. And so if you have a complaint and you have the evidence and the court order and the evidence of violation, then, and the police are not taking appropriate measures, you should file a complaint against that police officer anyways with the police commission if you have such a thing. Because usually when the police investigate police, it's not a good thing. Your best hope, option is if you have an independent police commission of some kind. In smaller jurisdictions, they're often crooked anyway because everyone knows everybody. But if you're in a bigger,
that's what the situation is here.
Well, there's your problem. The guy probably knows people somewhere. So, but you do have a court, and then so if you don't get it there, then I guess state police or something would be your next. I don't know if you have ombuds. I don't know what your appropriate appeal process is going up the chain of command. And you could also, nothing wrong with at the end of it all, if you continue to be dissatisfied with the police and the courts, is file at every level of government a complaint. So whether that's like local and then statewide, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's the governor or who it is I don't know your guys' politics very well because I'm in Canada, right? So,
okay.
But I would do that as well. You know what I mean? I mean, assuming that you don't get the relief that you're seeking. I mean, to me, it sounds ridiculous that a police, here it would be completely different, which is like, if somebody already has taken the stuff out, the police won't go get it back for you. They say that's a civil matter. But if the stuff is already in your home and you're in possession of it, and in addition to the history of this case with a protection or order of protection or restraining order and all of that, it's really not right at all that a police officer would say, take whatever you want and let her sue you for it. That's absolutely backwards. You know what I mean?
I know. And he was just walking. He didn't even say it was his. He was just walking through the house, hitting things, saying, "I'm taking this and I'm taking this." And then he said, "Bring me some garbage bags."
Well, he had a gun, but did he brandish the weapon, or did you just know that he was packing?
No. The deputy had the gun. My ex had a knife. And then we got it on video. We took it out and used the knife to cut some rope, dropped it, and the deputy reminded him.
That's kind of innocent, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't, threaten you with a weapon, right?
No, but he was not supposed to have any weapons, and the deputy was not supposed to let him out of his sight, and he did. He gave him free rein of the house, and the deputy stood in the front doorway.
Good. Like, you got it. If you say you got the evidence, then, file it to every level of government, the police, file it to the courts, file it everywhere. You know what I mean? And let them know that you're filing it everywhere. I don't know if you have such a thing as an ombudsman or what. This is a kind of a thing that's like a completely legal thing and not much a psychic can help you out with. You know what I mean? It's going to all be based upon the actions you choose to take. And then even then, it's still subject to the whims and the power of those people who are in control of those decisions. So all you can do is do proper documentation and file it to every place you can file it. You know what I mean? That's my advice to you.
Well, I already planned on doing that. Yeah, that's a given. I will follow through.
You understand that every question of a psychic, it depends upon the free will of everybody involved. And so the more people that are involved, the much more difficult it is for a psychic to give you any kind of an answer of what's going to happen, because it's all about if you meet every timeline, if they meet every time, it's like too much. You know what I mean? It's too much involved in it. So I would just think that if you do everything in your power, documentary-wise, and follow the channels all the way up, chain of command all the way up, then you've done everything you can do. And if nothing comes of it, well, we know that there's so many areas, in particularly smaller communities, where there's just absolutely corrupt law enforcement. And that's why I say if that's your situation and you can prove it, then that's where I would suggest the state level. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But now that's done, and now Buddy can't come back at all. There's no more excuse for him to come back, right? So that's one good piece of news. Because before, where you called and you were like, oh, and they keep delaying it, and oh, and he's not, now there's no more excuses, no more reasons for him to have any reason at all to be at your home.
Right.
So if I was you, I'd put up a little fake camera outside too at the doorway to make them think that there's video surveillance going on there.
Oh, I've got cameras out there.
You what?
I do. I have cameras out there.
Oh, good. Well, there you go. Perfect. Now there's no excuse, right? He has to stay how far away from you?
He's supposed to stay 500 feet away from this address and this residence, and he's doing regular drive-bys and...
Well, 500 feet isn't very much, right?
What's that?
500 feet isn't very much. I don't know if that driving by is, but if you have him on camera driving by and it measure how many feet it is to the street from your doorstep, and if it's less than 500, then you've got it on video. You know what I mean?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's been reported, and they just won't do anything.
Well, then now you got to take it to the state level. Then you know what I mean? And then failing that, report it also to as many news outlets as you can, and embarrass the police, because this is how women get killed. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly right.
This is how women get killed. So all you can do though is keep on squeaking, keep squeaking, and cover your ass as best as you can, and or move, get the hell out of there. You shouldn't have to. But sometimes that's the only reasonable thing a person can do if they have a corrupt police force that won't help them. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Keep in touch with us and let us know how things are going, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Easy, Cindy. And, okay, let's see. We got Sherry. Where's Sherry? There's Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing really good. Hi, Hillary.
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just pull any cards, see what comes up. I always like tarot cards.
So let's see what general reading from Miss Sherry. What's going on? So show me a general reading for Sherry. Okay. So, Sherry, do you like water?
Yes.
Okay, because they show me you in water. You're immersed in water. Water is very important to you. It's very soothing to you. But it's kind of like where you get your life force, your life energy is what they're telling me. Is that true?
Well, I mean, in the past, I haven't been in it recently, but yes, I used to basically live in a pool.
So they're showing me they show me in a pool and water. And so what I'm getting here is you're trying to connect to yourself, so to speak. The Lover's card is upside down. What does that mean? The Lover's card is also connecting to higher superconscious mind. And so I really feel like you're trying to find some balance, or you're trying to balance some things that I get, and also trying to get some understandings. I feel like you're trying, this card right here is the Seven of Wands, and that's in the 8th position. What is the Seven of Wands? It's somebody who's trying to stay on the mountain, if you can see that.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. So if you stay on the mountain, I call this King of the Hill. So you're trying to stay, Queen of the Hill, King of the Hill, so to speak, and you're trying to stay on that mountain, but you're trying to gather some information, is what they're telling me, and trying to get some things organized, and you're coming into a period of healing. So is there a gentleman around you right now? Because I got yes. I don't know if it's a significant other or not.
No. Mm-mm.
No gentleman.
No.
So here's the Queen of Cups, which is you, which is the emotional. Here's the King of Swords, and they said gentleman, but there's no gentleman for you. So that tells me there's a gentleman coming in. So the second card, the King of Swords, also has to do with you setting some boundaries down. Because then also the Emperor card has to do with you. I see you writing a list of plan of things to do, and I feel like you're starting to start new things in your life. And, it takes 3 weeks to develop a habit.
Right.
Right. Is that true? Because I feel like there's new things that you want to try and start.
Yeah, it's all in the head at this point. Yeah.
Right. And so it's now about putting it on paper and then actually going and doing it and finding out what's going to motivate you to do it. Whereas if you're a morning person, you want to go take a walk in the morning, you can take it after your coffee, or you can take it before. I mean, however you choose to do that. It's kind of figuring out, what's the easiest way to implement these changes that are coming about, because I feel like you're wanting to get your health, you're wanting
right.
to get a little bit more active is what they're telling me. Is that true?
That is true. Yes.
Yeah. And so that's what they're saying, because I see you walking. And I don't know if you're going to get back to the pool, but the pool is what I saw, because the pool is kind of like your peace. It kind of recharges you, re-energizes you. And then I see you walking. And then I see you walking with a group of people as well. And I don't know why I see volleyball on the beach. I don't know what that means, but, it's about you getting active.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Okay. So that's where I see you going. And I do see a gentleman for you.
Oh, cool. Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, is this gentleman coming in my, I want to say a number 2. It could be 2 weeks, 2 months, because he's on the second position here, but I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in a month. I mean, whether you want to be with this gentleman is a different story. I mean, we can all say, oh, a gentleman's coming, but whether is it the gentleman that you want? But there's always, people are brought into our lives for certain reasons, and we learn lessons through those. And then we, go to the next and go to the next.
Right. Right.
But be very careful where your mind is, because what we think is what we attract.
Yes. True. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Sherry. Take it easy. Hey, Chris. You're welcome, Sherry. It's been my pleasure. Okay. We got Christy and then Brittany, and then that's it.
Okay.
So that's good. Half an hour. Christy.
Hi, Chris and Hillary. How are y'all tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in here. Thank you.
So. Okay, go ahead.
So, hi, Christy. Would you like a general reading, or do you have specific questions?
Let's go with the general and see what they have to tell me.
Okay, so let's do a general with Miss Christy. Show me a general reading with Christy. Okay, so right now your mind is not concerned about some family, is what they tell me. Is that true?
True.
What's going on with Miss Christy? All right, and you've got some decisions you have to make. I don't know what they are. Money is on the mind. Interesting. So, the Ten of Pentacles flew out. So I feel like you're the person who just kind of keeps the family together. I don't know if you're the one who actually does the books in the family, because I get the King of Pentacles are here. If you're not married, I feel married energy on you. Are you married?
No.
Interesting. Were you married in the past?
No.
Not at all. So married energy is around you. Pardon?
She's a smart woman just like me. She's a smart woman
just like you. So married energy, that can be, that can be connotation in different ways, because married energy really has to do with commitment, and it has to do with partnership. So that tells me that there's either someone around you that you really feel like is your best friend, and doesn't necessarily have to be your partner, not someone you're married to, but somebody who's very, very important to you in your life. And I do feel like if you so choose to have a life partner in your life down the road, that life partner, I do see an opportunity for life partner. I don't feel that you're open to marriage is what they're telling me, because I got a no on that one. Is that true?
True.
Yeah, you don't want, and so, but it's not that, because you're a strong woman and you're like, I'm fine with not having a partner. If I don't have one, I don't have one. I just want to have a happy life. And that's what I see you doing, but right now I feel like it's all about you doing things in the way that you like to do them. I mean, when you say you do things, you follow through and do what you say you're going to do. I mean, I see that. But right now I feel like a lot of people are telling you what to do, and you have, oh goodness, how is my computer going to crash? My computer's saying that it may die, so I have to plug it in. Sorry, there we go. And, but your change is going on. And this is about, right now you're having a difficult time listening to your higher conscious mind or the intuition. And you're trying to make a decision on which direction to go. Again, I say that because there's the Eight of Pentacles. And it's like time and attention. Time and attention is what they're saying, and I don't know what they mean by that. So, and trust is very important to you. You don't like people who don't do what they say they're going to do. You don't like people, you're a straight shooter.
Yeah.
You're like, tell me the truth. I don't care how much it hurts. I'd rather hear the truth than to have you sugarcoat it to me and not tell me, because it's going to hurt more and I'm not going to be happy. That's what they show me. So, there's a gentleman coming if you so want that gentleman to come. It's, 6 months, and I don't know if you'll ever live with somebody again. I mean, it's possible that he has his own place and you have your own place. Because you're pretty happy with what you got.
Yeah.
But it would be nice, they say that you feel, you're okay with not having a companion, but it would be nice for you to have one.
Yeah.
Just send him home when you want to send him home.
That's right. I need my space. Go.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's knowing who you are and what you want. But I do think that friendship's on the mind. So, and maybe that's why they keep saying when I said married energy, and you're like, I don't think so. It's friendship, because whatever happens, this gentleman who's going to be, where I see as a life partner will start off as a friend. That's what I do see.
Okay.
They're saying that's about 6 months. That's what they say.
That'd be in the summertime.
So what is it that you want to know today?
Well, actually, I have a situation, and I'm wondering if my nephew is going to get in touch with me or his mom soon.
Okay. So the nephew that, tell me your name again, I'm sorry.
Kurt, my nephew, is the one who's living. I'm asking his brother on the other side to kick his ass right now, but I'm sure he's trying to, but I don't know if the living nephew's listening or not.
It has to do with about listening. So you want to know if Kurt is going to contact you, and they say,
Me or his mom?
Well, I never get those exactly right, but I do get, so one time I'll say, to a guy, you're going to pick, I'll say this about this girl's personality and this about this one and which one they're going to pick. And they did pick one of the girls and they actually are going to marry her. But it was the different girl. It was a different girl. I mean, it was one of the two. Let's just put it that way. So he is going to contact one of you. I do feel he's going to contact you. I don't see him contacting his mom. But if he contacts his mom, then he contacts his mom. I mean, I do see contact though. That I do see.
Okay, good.
So, they just show me an ostrich putting his head in the sand.
Ah, okay.
That's what's going through his mind right now. And he doesn't want to be bothered. I don't know why he's saying that. He just doesn't. Not that he doesn't care for you ladies. That it's just he doesn't want to deal with it. Whatever you guys are asking him to deal with, he doesn't want to deal with it.
Well, what needs to be dealt with is very hard. Yeah,
and he is not wanting to deal with that right now, is what they're telling me.
Okay, thank you. That helps.
Okay. He's very emotional about it, whatever this is that you guys are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. Because when I ask him, are you going to come and talk to them and are you going to deal with this? And they showed me the ostrich in the sand and then they showed me him talking to other people and then I asked him, are you going to deal? And he starts choking up and he wants to start crying.
Mm-hmm.
Because he starts talking to other people and I'm behind him and he's like ignoring me. And this is the vision they're showing me. And that's why I say he doesn't want to deal with this right now. Whatever it is. It's not that he doesn't love you guys. He does. He just doesn't want to deal with it right now. And then are you going to deal with this? And he starts choking up and he wants to cry. That's what they're showing me.
Okay. That'll help me have a little more patience for him to work through what he needs to do before he contacts.
Okay.
Me.
Yeah, but he will contact one of you.
Okay.
So is it going to be in a month? It's 2 months. I don't know how long you guys can wait because they're telling me 3 months. Now, I did tell somebody something was going to end in 5 months and literally 10 days later it ended, but that energy did get shifted. And so it really is up to him how much he's going to shift his energy.
Okay.
How fast it's going to go, how slow it's going to go. In the energy that he's sitting in right now, it's 3 months. But it can change.
Yeah.
I know you would prefer 3 days or 3 weeks, but I don't see that right now.
3 days would be nice.
Right. Right.
But, I've done everything I can. He switched phones and the new phone's not hooked up. So he is where he's at. And now that I've gotten some more information, it helps me deal with it more so I can let it go.
Right. Right. Well, they say he will come back. Now, a lot of times we see certain realities and he's going to come back, he's going to call, and then it may not happen because he changed his mind. Right now, the way it's reading, he's going to call you in 3 months. He'll call you, not his mom.
Okay.
But that's, hopefully he's on the same wavelength, but this is the way he's choosing to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking?
Oh, man. Well, it is what it is. Last time I saw my nephew was at my father's funeral, his grandfather. And there has been issues like anybody else's family. And I can understand him not wanting to deal with what's going on. But my sister doesn't have much longer.
Right.
Don't know how long that's up to people on God on the other side as to when.
Right.
But I'm really hoping that he can make it down. Well, it'd be up because he's lower state than I am. I'm in Virginia. He's down south. That he would hopefully make it up here to see his mother before she passes.
So this is what I'm going to suggest. What you can do is when you go to sleep, prior to going to sleep, think of your nephew, and you said his name again is
Kurt.
Kurt. And talk to Kurt prior to going to bed. And say to him, so I call this the soul-to-soul conversation. I don't know exactly what the terminology really is, but I call it just soul-to-soul conversation. I've been doing it when I was really young. And what I do is I pull up that person's in my mind's eye, and I look at him in my mind's eye. And so what it is your soul is having a conversation with his soul. Now, I guess we're supposed to have our angels go talk to his angels. When I was young, I didn't know that. So that's just how I did it. So, and what I do is I pull that person up in front of me and I have a conversation with them like they're right here in front of me. You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to say it in your mind's eye. I always do it prior to going to sleep because what happens is that message will go into his dream state. And so it's like contacting him in a dream state because when someone's in their dream state, it's an easier way to make a connection to somebody instead of when they're awake. Because when they're awake, so much is going on. They can push you out or not listen to you at all. And when they're in dream state it's an easier way to come in and say hello and talk to them.
Yeah.
So you can do that. Please come home. Your mom really needs to see you. Time is of the essence. We really need, and then all of a sudden he's going to start thinking of you and he's not going to know why he's thinking of you. So what happens is if we're not thinking of a certain individual and they start thinking of, and we, all of a sudden that person comes and pops in our head, that means that they're thinking of us.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden you're going to pop in his head and say, I got to call my aunt. I don't know why. It happens this way. All of a sudden, I'll get this person in my head, and it could be a client, it could be whoever, and all of a sudden I pick up the phone, and my client will say, I was told from Spirit today to call you. I don't know why I'm calling you. I am. And my client will say, I needed to talk to you. I was thinking of you. I was going to call you today. And it happens that way all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard of that too.
Yeah, so that's what you can do to get him to call.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Start doing that tonight.
Okay.
Thanks, Christy.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
You too.
And we have Brittany now. Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
Hi, Brittany. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Can I get in general?
Sure. So let's do a general reading for Miss Brittany. So, Brittany, they're already telling me, are you a very crafty person? Do you like to do crafts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they showed me. Show me what's going on in this, Brittany. I see children around you, my dear. So if you don't have children already, I would say that you're going to have kids. Do you have kids?
No.
Yeah, I see babies around you. So be careful if you don't want them right away. Beautiful little kids. Okay. So show me, I'm asking the universe here. I got the Four of Pentacles upside down. So what they're telling me is you're concerned about finances and your foundational setting. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you own your own business? Because I see the Knight of Pentacles upside down, and this is somebody who is a leader or somebody who owns their own business, and you're not sure if you should do that or not.
I on and off.
On and off.
Yes,
So
you're
trying to decide if. Say that again.
But I haven't recently.
So, but you have owned your own business before.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's where I see a struggle for you. The struggle that I see is that even though, I'm not quite sure if you have a corporate job, they just say yes. So either you're going to go back to a corporate job if you don't already have one, but I feel that you're really struggling about whether you should have a corporate job or not because the Five of Wands is right here. And I don't see happiness here. And I see you questioning, what is your truth? What is your happiness? What is it that you truly want? I mean, I do see that you want to have stability. There's no doubt about that. And you want to be able to have a financial foundation, have, the medical, have all that. But at the same time, it's the creative space that really is calling, saying, so either you take up a hobby, if you have a corporate or a 9-to-5 job, and take a hobby up. Do you love to paint as well?
Not really. I do other stuff.
But it's the crafts that we're talking about. The reason why I say that is because here's the Knight of Pentacles upside down, which is the business, which is on hold right now. And then the Lover's card, which is the creativity. It's doing what you truly love and passion. But then there's the Eight of Pentacles upside down, questioning the direction of where you're going, and you're not sure what the future holds. And you don't know which direction to go. Is that true?
Some of it. I've never been like a corporate person, not a person.
Say that again?
I said some of it's kind of true. It's just I've never been like a corporate 9-to-5 person.
Right, I see that. So what is your question today? Because I'm not quite sure. As you said, some of it's true, and I don't know exactly what I'm hitting and what I'm not. But what they're telling me is I feel like your soul really wants to have a business, but you're not quite sure how that's going to pan out and if that financially is going to be best for you.
Yeah. Kind of. What I wanted to ask is along the lines of like a friend that I had that we got into a falling out a few years ago, and I was wondering if I should maybe try to reach out again, or
if you want to know if you should reach out to this person or if they're going to reach out.
I doubt they'll ever reach out. It would have to be probably me. I mean, they could, but
I agree with you. They said yes. That's true. So, show me her reaching out to this person. I don't know if this is a female, because this person, if she's a female, she has male energy. Is it a male or a female?
Female.
Yeah, because they showed her as a male first. And then when I looked at it and said, is this really a male? They said, well, she's a female with male energy. That's what they said. So show me, this person. Should she reach out to this person? I just really feel like you guys went in different directions, and I feel like it was really heartbreaking for both of you. I feel like there's a misunderstanding. I feel like you guys had a big misunderstanding. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm not really sure really what happened to this day.
Well, they're telling me a big misunderstanding. The Page of Swords is here, so it has to do with swords. It has to do with trust. And then there's an unhappiness. So something happened that was perceived as something that was true, which was not true. That's what they're telling me. So, you're wanting to know if you reach out to this person, are they going to reach out back to you, is what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're saying that she's not physically close to you. Is that true?
What did you say?
She's not physically close to you in location, correct?
She was, and you're right. She moved.
Yeah. So show me if she reaches out to this person. Will this person call her right now? I got a number 1. So I got that it's going to take some time. She could reach out to you, within a day of you calling her. I don't see that right now. She's going to reach out in a day. I see that it's going to take about a year. I hope I'm wrong. And that can change. That can shift. So certainly, I don't want you to discourage you from calling her. What I'm saying is that you're going to call her. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you're right. That makes sense. I was thinking about holding it off for a while again.
You're thinking about holding it off and not calling her?
Well, it's been a few years, and I know she is, and I could see her still at the same place.
Okay, you totally broke up. So you were saying it's been a couple of years and you see her in the same place? I'm not sure.
It happened a few years ago, and I was thinking about reaching out, but the way she is, holds on to grudges, so I wasn't sure if I should do it now or just maybe wait another year. It's already been like 2 years.
Well, what they're telling me is that when you contact her, that it's going to take her some time. She's going to think about you, and she's going to think about you. So you've planted the seed, and then I feel like then when you contact her again within the year, it's like she's thought about you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I feel like you're writing a heartfelt letter to her. I don't know if you're going to mail it to her or email it to her, and you may not mail it at all. You may just write it. And then just set the energy out there of, I don't know what happened. Can you tell me what happened? I miss you. You know, all the things that you want to say to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry this happened. And you may say that on the voicemail too. And then I feel like she's really going to think about it. And then it's going to take her some time. But then she'll contact you.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I don't feel that it's finished between you two.
Yeah, I mean, we have such like a strong friendship. It's just so weird how it like ended.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you get the resolution you want.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take it easy, Brittany. Okay, one more. I did not know that there was 2 Sherrys, and one of them didn't have her mic hooked up, so she's got it now. And we got about 9. So, hey, Sherry. Okay, Sherry. I'm not the psychic around here. How am I supposed to know you were?
Sorry.
Hi, Sherry. Good. How are you?
Wonderful.
So would you like to have a general reading, or do you want a question?
I think the question I have will spin off of the general, because I'm curious to see what you're picking up. Please don't pick the Tower card. I'm just kidding.
Please not have the Tower card show up. Show me what's going on.
I saw the other person get it
right.
3 times in a row.
You're not getting any towers at all.
Cool.
None. So show me what's going on with Sherry. You're getting the Magician card a lot, which really has to come with you into your power. And so there's a decision that has to be made. The Moon card is upside down. So what the Moon card has to do with, the Moon card has to do with, are you being honest with yourself, or are you being honest with others? And I'm not saying that you're a person who lies, but I feel like sometimes when we see certain things, not everyone, you know, is it the way that we're really truly perceiving it, or is it sometimes we say certain things but then our actions don't show it. Does that make sense?
Such as me hiding my true feelings, or me not acknowledging someone else's true feelings?
No, I heard both. Is that true?
Perhaps.
Yeah. So what they're telling me is that the 2 of Wands is upside down, and there's when I see a 2 of Wands upside down, as I've said before to other people, it's a Mexican standoff. It doesn't mean it can't flip. It can, but right now you're on a pause, because here's the 8 of Wands upside down. So I feel like you were moving forward, and then all of a sudden everything came to a stop. Is that true?
Yes, and that was going to be my question. I was pretty dead set that I was going to wind up relocating to a specific area, and then during the period of the Mercury retrograde this month, it all, fog covered me. And I'm like, so I haven't done anything. I've basically for 3 weeks I've been sitting, because I don't know what's going on.
So let's look and see what the 2 of Wands is, because that 2 of Wands has to do with, you know, the situation in general. Okay. So show me what the 2 of Wands is. And you said you're going to move to a different city, right? A different state.
Different state. And the 2 of Wands could also be, I was toying with the idea of dropping my teaching at the school that I'm at. I love teaching, whatever, but it's frustrating me.
But you're going to be moving, right, to a different state?
Yes. That was the plan until 3 weeks ago, when I got a clear stop.
Well, they say listen to your plan. You know, listen to yourself is what they're telling me, because the 3 of Swords is in the past. And, you know, the 9 of Pentacles is that whatever's going to happen, whatever this transition, it's going to go much slower than you think. The Star card upside down is that you're not wanting to make this transition unless you have everything that you have where you're at and more, is what they're telling me.
That is correct.
That's exactly what they're saying. So, and then they're saying the Hangman is upright. You have to do it the way you want to do it. The Ten of Pentacles are here. They're saying build the resources, and they're saying go and make trips to where you want to go move. And then they're saying, I'm getting chills on this one. So this is like I'm on. So they're saying that, is this information coming in? Start building the friendships there and start, making those connections. And so whatever you have at your place, I mean, I tell people, like, if they move and they've got preschoolers, which I'm not seeing that you have that, but, you know, MOPS is everywhere in the United States, mothers of preschoolers. You know, if they want to live in a certain location and they want to have everything within a 10-mile radius, get to know what that 10-mile radius is and all the things that are important in your life. Are they going to be in that 10-mile radius? And if not, have something that's comparable to or something that's different, but obviously it's going to be a new experience. Because I feel like if you go now, you're going cold turkey, and you're not liking that. It's not feeling good.
No, and that's scaring me. Yeah, and I'm being honest with myself about that. I don't want to go
right cold turkey.
Move backwards. Move backwards.
And that's the concern and the fear, and I get big chills on that. So I'm not saying that this move is completely out. But I am saying this move is going to go a lot slower than you anticipate, and I think that you're just it could be in a year where, like I said, you may make 3 or 4 trips out there. You start meeting people out there. You know, I see you going to dinner with people out there. I see you starting, you know, when we go on vacations and we meet these people and have these great connections with people, and then we feel so great, the energy in that town, and then we start getting to know people. We go on the internet, you know, or not the internet, but back then we didn't have it. You know what I mean? And, you know, you keep those connections with those people in that town.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. And you know what? A year is not that long of a time for me. I know in our world that everything's now, but I'm a slow mover. So
and that's okay.
A year will be before, or you can shake. I mean, especially with all I have to do is sell the house and all that. A year is really nothing.
It's not. Exactly. And then right here, it's about you releasing what you have, because you feel like you're letting go of stuff, but you don't see the opportunities that are ahead of you. And that's why I'm saying, if you need to make 1 trip, 2 trips, I see 4 trips.
And that's all right. California is I said that's all right, because California is a long way away from me.
Well, I live in California. Where are you planning to go in California?
Malibu.
Oh, it's gorgeous in Malibu. So yeah, you definitely want to come out and make some, you know, if you can make a trip, however many trips that you can make to come out and build that community, and then also put the job applications out, you know, so that you've got your ducks in a row, so to speak, because I literally see ducks in a row.
Right. And what those are, what you're saying is the licenses, because I work for myself, so I would have to transfer those licenses out, and that's why I kind of paused on working on that, because I'm like, well, if I'm not supposed to go there, then I'm not. Absolutely not spending all this money up front for licenses when I'm not even supposed to go there.
Well, it's not that you weren't supposed to go. It's just a pause. I just think that you're not going to go immediately right now. I feel that you'll go in a year because you need to get all this stuff in play.
And find housing, yeah.
Yeah, find housing.
It's going to be interesting in California.
Well, thank you. I have to say, but you're welcome. I don't know where you're from, so I maybe cheaper. I don't know, but
Texas, totally different market.
Totally different market.
Totally.
But it's going to be exciting for you. It's just sitting down and writing down what's important to you. What are the new experiences that you do want to have so that you can create those new experiences? And what is it that is important to you that are must-haves that you really want to have when you get here?
Well, Spirit told you that up front. I want everything I got here out there, just looking at the beach.
Right. And you can create that. You put that in your mindset, but also, like I said, come out here, start meeting people. Can you continue those relationships when you go back to Texas, and then you'll be putting everything in place.
Okay, well, thank you, because that depressed me thinking that was off, because I really wanted to move out there.
Yeah.
And it's tedious, and I'm willing to do the work and take the time, but I was like, but then it got foggy on me, and I was all like, okay, because that's a lot of money if I'm not supposed to be headed out there.
Yeah, no, I just think it's timing. It's just timing.
Okay, just
that's
timing.
What they're saying.
Once again.
Yeah.
Once again. Well, that was spot on, my friend.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
All right.
All righty.
Take it easy. Good luck whatever
you do. Thank you, Chris. Happy New Year's. I didn't get to tell you.
She tells me in June.
Okay.
All right. So, AskHillary.com is where
Ask Hillary Black. Ask Hillary Black.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's okay.
And on Facebook as well, you can just search Ask Hillary Black. And so there you go. You'll be back in a couple weeks.
Yes, I will. And if anyone's interested in coaching, certainly contact me. And I'm sorry?
I don't. Did you ask for the 19th off?
No.
Or you're once a month. You're once a month.
I'm once a month.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll be back in a month. Okay. I lost my ever-loving mind there for a second.
It's okay. No problem.
Okay. So we'll see you then, and I'm going to check into those links on that movie that you were in. You star. You guys do check it out. They have some great. Thank you. They have. I mean, she's a phenomenal producer, and they have some great, great teachers in there, and some great people that are in the movie. Perfect. Perfecto. So, okay, we'll see you in a month, and Hillary, take it easy. You will. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye bye. Peace out. Peace out. I'm going to. Thank you, everyone. All right. Gonna play a song, and then we'll see if we're doing overtime. Okay. So, is anyone there? Unmute yourself if you are. Anybody? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Nobody? Nobody. Okay. Play one more song. Okay, one more. All right. Are we doing anything, or are we going to wind her up? I guess we're going to wind it up. Okay. Tomorrow, nothing. Tuesday, Lisa, Nolan, Shalosky. So, thanks guys for being here, and we'll see you back here Tuesday night. I got some delicious curries, chicken curry with potatoes and everything in it this time. Oh yeah. Okay. And I'm hungry just talking about it. So, I'm finding my quit page. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Peace out, guys.